What is up, everyone, and welcome to today's reaction video. And today's reaction was the winner for our Patreon poll for Voice Play and Friends, and the winner was a solo song by the absolutely incredibly talented Geoff Castellucci. Now, you're maybe a little shocked because I know I have not had a chance to check out Further Up the Road yet. I know that that is a fairly recent release of Geoff's that I skipped over to do his more recent release and have not gone back to it. But Reigns of Castamere is one that has been in my backlog for so long. I think, maybe, possibly, this and Further Up the Road are pretty much the last two Geoff songs that I haven't had a chance to check out. And so the idea that this one is just lost back in the ether, and I keep getting messages and keep getting people saying, I need to hear you do a reaction to Reigns of Castamere. They want this so badly. So I'm going to go back to it. We will get a chance to catch up on Further Up the Road very soon, but I needed to check out what this is and see what this is. This is obviously an iconic song from Game of Thrones that is used throughout the whole series at different really key emotional moments. Mostly the Red Wedding is what most people know it from. I don't know the song super well. It's been years and years since I watched Game of Thrones because you only really watch through that show once. And then you get to the ending and it's like, well, that didn't have the payoff I hoped for. So I've never gone back to watch it a second time. But I'm super curious to see what Geoff is going to do with this song. I've reacted to a Bass Gang. Either Wellerman or Bass Gang version of this previously. I can't remember which one. Either way, it's a song that lends itself to doing bass vocals. I'm pretty sure it was a Bass Gang version, actually. But yeah, it's a song that lends itself very well to bass singing. So I'm curious to see what Geoff's going to do with it and to get into this. As always, please check out the original video linked in the description below. Give the original a like and a comment and subscribe to Geoff Castellucci if you haven't already. Go and watch the original without all my pauses and interruptions because there's gonna be a lot of them. I'm a reactor. I like to pause and talk, and I have ADHD, so if I don't say it right away, I'll forget what I was gonna say. On top of that, I'm just never a replacement for the original. I'm not a substitution. If you want to hear the song uninterrupted, if you want to watch the film clip uninterrupted, your first place, your only place should always be the original video. Come here to hear what I have to say about it. Go there to listen to the song. We're going to get into this. This is Geoff Castellucci's version of The Reigns of Castamere. Let's go.
And who are you? The proud Lord said that I must bow so low.
Okay, immediately, this is what I'm talking about with this song lending itself to bass so well, because as soon as Geoff's voice comes in, before anything else, it's just a sucker punch to you. Just like, oh, there it is immediately, because of how well Geoff does his bass. And the whole feel of this with Geoff on his faux version of the Iron Throne, which I love, dressed up like that, the man's entire look lends himself to being a regal king. It just suits him so well. This is exactly the kind of thing that you expect if you were a picture like Aslan turned into a human instead of a lion. That's Geoff Castellucci. Taking that aside, the way that his voice rumbles out to him, you can picture yourself as someone from medieval times, be it a peasant, a knight, an opposing lord, whoever it may be, standing in some big, vast, open throne room as he's sitting there on an elevated throne, speaking to you like this, and it's shaking you to your core. His voice is just too perfect for it. It's just too damn good. And again, everyone out there who's like making TV shows, doing movies, things like that, they need to get on board more with YouTube artists, because there are so many YouTube artists who should be in the trailers for movies and TV shows, or when you're dropping a song midway through your show, it should be a voice like this. This would add so much to those scenes of, oh, holy crap, compared to any other version you could put out there.
And who are you? The proud Lord said that I must bow so low. Only a cat of a different coat, that's all the truth I know. In a coat.
We're just gonna bend that note. We're just gonna hold it and just move through it.
In a coat of gold or a coat of red, a lion still has claws, and mine are long and sharp, my lord, as long and sharp as yours. And so he's.
I love that you can kind of almost get a feel for the different Game of Thrones characters that Geoff is representing as the different versions of Geoff walk in. It's been so long since I watched this show that I cannot remember all their names, but the fact that he's sitting there on the throne looking like a regal king, but he's also wearing the pin of the hand of the king. You're not the king, you're sitting there in the king's stead, so it's like a Tywin Lannister kind of thing. Tyrion's the little one. Tywin Lannister kind of thing. And then you have, I'm not sure who these two are meant to represent, but you have the guy walk in like all the leather armor. Could just be your average rogue, could be anyone, but it gives all the vibes of the guy who ends up helping out Tyrion Lannister. Like like he's more kind of common and like ends up being being given a lordship, but he's kind of just a nobody mercenary sellsword. I can't remember any of their names, but either way, it's giving all these spices of little characters if you know Game of Thrones, and if you don't, it's just giving awesome fantasy outfits.
Yours. And so he spoke, that Lord of Castamere. But now the rains weep o'er his hall, with no one there to hear. Yes, now.
The thing that's so tough about this one, I didn't realize we were keeping going. I thought I'd chosen a good place to pause there, and nope. The thing that's wild about this one is Geoff is just unleashing with the bass. Like, how many covers have we seen with Geoff and bass versions and things like that, where it's like, yes, Geoff does his bassy thing, but he has the other Geoffs there, and one of them will sing in the chesty voice, or one of them will go super high and shock you, and you won't expect. With this one, them boys are singing backup. They're there for support. Geoff is just doing bass at you the whole time, and you'll know how well I handle that. You may have seen I am out here working like a marionette puppet because I don't know what to do with my arms when I'm hit with this kind of bass. I want to and like grab at my heart, and it gives me shivers all through my body. That's what Geoff's bass does to me. And the fact that this song is just every line of it being sung like that, you would think you would get used to it. Law of diminishing returns, but no. It just gets more and more intense the more you listen to him.
There to hear. Yes, now the rains weep o'er his hall, with not a soul to hear.
Oof. The ending of that, finishing it off with just the excuse you? I like my panties where they are. You don't need to try and drop them, sir. I can't in my brain work out whether I want this to be, whether I want to use this in my D&D campaigns as the final boss music, this whole section here, because it feels so epic and so powerful, or if it needs to be like the trailer for a fantasy movie where you have the heroes running into battle, dragons flying over mountains, you know, all these heroic poses and things like that in the trailer to get you hyped for the movie. This in the background of that, because there's something that's so kind of epic boss battle, terrifying music about it, and at the same time something so triumphant and heroic about it. It's just a perfect blend, and it's so freaking cool. I'm also shocked. We've only had 4 out of the 5 Geoffs so far. Are we holding out for the last Geoff to come in? Because usually we have 5 of these boys and there's only 4 here.
And so he spoke, and so he spoke. The Lord of Castamere. But now the rains weep o'er his hall, with no one there to hear. Now the rains weep o'er his hall, with not a soul to hear.
You're just gonna end it off with the absolute drop down into the, like, the whole thing was so damn bassy. You didn't need to do more, my guy. You had done enough. You'd gone bassy the whole time. And then we had that kind of call and response moment, that kind of in the round kind of moment as the higher voices sing it, then he comes in with the bass, and the higher singer's bass. We had that, but then at the end, you still just need to whomp us down even further. Just one more time on that ending.
Not a soul to hear.
It's the fact that he slides down on the, like, not a soul, and then the 2 comes in as deep, if not deeper, and you're not ready for it to go down into the here and have that just be subterranean levels of bass. The guy knows what he's freaking doing to us. He knows how to put together a song just so well. Oh my god. Talk about your freaking goosebumps. The thing that piques my curiosity, something that I would both love to hear and at the same time be terrified just of the idea of, would be Geoff doing any kind of song that is actually kind of an angry or aggressive song. I don't think he ever would, because it's just not his style, but you hear his bass, and it's one of those things of, like, some people can say a threat. I can try and threaten someone and be like, oh, I'm gonna get you. It's not scary. I'm not a scary bloke. Someone says it to you in Geoff's kind of voice, you pay attention, and you don't even need to say it loud. Some of these songs out there that are just like the more intimidating or aggressive lyrics or things like that, you may have a rock singer yelling at the top of their lungs. Geoff just doing a stripped back version of it in his bass would genuinely be terrifying. And I would love to hear it. But something like this is just, he has such a voice for the fantasy genre. It's why songs, like I can see I See Fire on the screen there. That was phenomenal when he did that. Everything he does is phenomenal. But when he does a fantasy song, it just suits the genre so freaking well and just gives you goosebumps everywhere. The man knocked this out of the damn park. Yo, please jump in the link in the description. As I said at the beginning of the video, give the original a like and a comment and subscribe to Geoff if you haven't already. Also, leave this video a like and a comment and subscribe to this channel. It helps out the channel so much. I can't even begin to tell you. And if you want to support me even further and you want a chance to vote on the weekly polls like the one Geoff won today, check me out over on Patreon, because that's where I do the weekly polls for the reactions here on the channel. You can vote on them for as little as $1 a month. I also do weekly TV show reactions, a monthly movie reaction, a monthly live stream, and at the highest tier, you can get a guaranteed reaction right here on the channel. So check all that out over on my Patreon. I will see you all in the next reaction video. Have yourself a fantastic day, night, morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time zone you're in, and I'll see you next time. Bye.